To focus on a positive, they teased Punk at the beginning. We got a payoff later in the show. Makes you want to tune back into the show later. If we tuned in last week, we got no update or anything about Bryan Danielson. Moxley was out there.
Where is he, by the way?
I have no idea. But last week, him and Moxley were going to put together a group, and Moxley was going to consider it, and this week, not one mention of him. Cody Rhodes, once again, a few weeks of Cody Rhodes, and then weeks of he's missing off TV. Not even Brandy to follow up on whatever it was that they were trying to do with Lambert and her last week. And Miro is just missing in action. Still lost in the void. The godless void, I guess.
Now, and here's another thing. A lot of the AEW apologists are again going to say, well, they've got so much talent, they can't put everybody on television. You don't understand because you've never written television, you idiots out there saying that, because you're all goddamn morons. You don't have something happen and then never refer to it again on your television program, or don't refer to it again for the next 6 weeks. There's all kinds of ways that you don't have to have everybody out there doing a live interview. You don't have to have everybody wrestle every week. But you could replace some of these inane job guy backstage segments with Tony Schiavone, or the fake girls fights that they have in the back, or the fake fights among men like the Hardley Boys that fight like girls. Knock out all of those fake backstage segments and do updates on your issues with the people that are not appearing live on the program. And in next week, those people can appear live and you can do some video updates on some of the people that was live on this week's program. But you keep your stars constantly appearing because that's how they get over. And you minimize the time that people like the Puddin' Gang and the Mascots and the Job Girls take up on your program, because that's useless and counterproductive. And nobody gives two shits whether Jane Cargill beats Aqua in 90 seconds or 10 minutes, except the viewers. They'd rather the 90 seconds, because that way there wouldn't be time for so many fuck-ups. But he's all over the place. He's got ADD. He doesn't know how to do this because he never has to begin with, and nobody apparently can tell him that. So you've got a goddamn mess, and you have a bunch of people doing whatever they want to do, and the talented people, what they want to do is good, and the goofy outlaw people, what they want to do is the shits. So this show's all over the fucking page, and they cannot get their shit together to save their life, and here is Vince McMahon and everybody working for him trying to hand them the victory in this promotional war. Here, take all the talent you want. Here, we're going to piss our fans off as much as possible. Make them hate us and pull for you even more. Here, we're going to do all this stuff for you. They can't take advantage of it. Holy shit.
But seriously, going back to my question, you could talk about the problems and why it doesn't happen. Is there any good reason? I mean, Miro's kind of been in the void for a while, so we don't know if he'll ever come back to reality. But Brandy and Cody, nothing is followed up on.
I didn't answer your question because I don't know the answer, because it doesn't make sense to people with functioning brains and logic and common sense. It's just, he's playing with his action figures, booking them in his basement like he was when he was a teenager. And his father was only worth $750 million instead of $3 billion or whatever the fuck. Now he can buy his own action figures, and he has, again, this could have been a transformative promotion in the wrestling industry. This could have set wrestling back on a path of being a competitive-looking sport and given guys that needed an opportunity a place to go, and competed with Vince McMahon on the national television, etc. And what it is a giant circle jerk for marks that don't understand the wrestling business and think that they're stars. And the biggest mark is the kid that's paying for everything, that insists on running it himself, even though he's never done it and has no experience and obviously can't figure it out, and either won't take advice or nobody's got the balls to tell him. It's a fucking mess. And now that it's not just a joke, now that there's real talent there, Now they've got CM Punk, they got MJF, they've got fucking Bryan Danielson, they've got several top quality talents on that roster. It's even more offensive to me that he's still doing this indie looking outlaw bullshit instead of really getting their shit together and trying to hire a booker, establish a better training system, dump the fucking dreck off that roster, fire the goddamn asses right now. They have milked you for enough money over the last 2+ years. These outlaw fucks that nobody wanted to book to goddamn walk a dog. Sonny Kiss. Cut them. Get them out of there. Weed it out. Find somebody to fucking book, or a committee of experienced people to book for you. Jim Ross is involved there. What am I saying? He don't want to be involved in this thing probably at all anymore. But somebody with some experience that tells these guys what to fucking do and how to do it and where to get off if they don't do it, and concentrate on top talent, run a real professional fucking show. Not a goddamn, hey kids, let's put on a show in our local barn. It's Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland, and we'll let everybody play. Fuck you. I'm getting sick of this. They got a chance to really do something here, and they cannot wind their watch or scratch their ass to do it. That's all I've got to say on it. I'm just pissed.
That was AEW Dynamite.